One thing I really enjoy about learning how our brains work is sometimes you can have like ahas that are quite comical that you missed them. Or once you learn them, you can like just save years or decades off of your life. So I want to share a little like reminder. If you're doing anything in like the personal development, like understanding human nature type of work, I want to just ground down in the meaning of something. So a lot of us like do this just self-help. It's the self-help category of the bookstore, all right? Where you you go in and you have the book that's like helping you understand just human nature and the dynamics around you and all of that. And the part of it is like you're like, let me figure out what needs to shift in me. In these books, they're always talking about how humans are just highly social creatures. Like humans are highly social creatures. Humans are highly social beings, you know? And if you take that and you put that note in your head the way my brain does, where you're like, okay, humans are highly social creatures. So I am a highly social creature, and that's like a takeaway that you have from your book. Later on, when they're starting to talk about human nature, that like little switch meaning that you did right there, it's going to impact how you're learning things. So when they say humans are highly social creatures, they are not saying like you are highly social in and of yourself, like you're more extroverted or you tend to like people and want to socialize. No, no, no. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is that if there were like two people out in the middle of like nowhere, they've never seen people before, they have no family, anything. If these like beings come across each other, humans, as two human beings, are more likely than not wanting to like probably connect and bond and know each other, probably start like traveling together, maybe consider it less like if they're not getting along, that they could just go on their separate ways again. So the likelihood that them connecting is greater than the likelihood of them not connecting. So when we say humans are highly social creatures, we actually aren't even saying more likely than not. We're not even saying we're very likely. We're not even saying like we're very social creatures. We say they're highly social creatures. So it is like highly likely, right? That these two people will want to, it is highly likely that when two people come across each other, they will likely connect and form a bond and probably start to form a tribe or a community. And then the next person that comes along, it is very highly likely that they are going to connect and form like an attachment and keep on going, right? So this is like just how we are as humans in nature. So when you're going through that work and it's like, okay, and it's talking about some skill about, let's say, attachment, like why are we struggling so much with like attachment and familiarity when we are attracted to the familiar of our surroundings, of the social group, of our city, of our environment? Like, it's just, this is what they're saying. It's like, oh, this is our wiring, you know? We're not even really like weighing in, is this the right town for me? Is this the right company for me to join? Is like, it just is like our bodies are wired to like connect to other humans. So all of this to say is that when you go through and you miss this foundational thing that like, oh, it's not, I can't really actually control it, I can learn how to work with it, but I cannot control it. Like, this is human nature. We are like wired for belonging, to like belong to other humans. We are highly social creatures. We tend to gravitate to like groups, and those groups grow bigger, and societies are built. And I think this fact is proven by the fact that like, you know, there's more land to be used, that there's a lot of us in like very like friction places, we're like, we keep showing up with the friction, and we're like, why do we keep doing that? Well, it's really a lot of this, not in the super big scale, but you get what I'm saying. So you gotta like remember or remind your brain. You got to remind your brain. It's not that you have to remember. You have to like work with yourself to ground yourself in like, oh, this is how humans are wired. So you don't go down the rabbit trail of being like, I'm a highly social creature. Am I too social? Am I not social enough? Wait a minute, like that's not fair. I'm trying to be like less social and it's still not working. You got, we got to make sure that it's like you as a human are more likely than not going to have a like pull to another human, especially if options are like very scarce, around. And you have to keep that in mind because you have to know to work against your own pull to kind of break free of that pull, that your body is naturally wired to do. It's not your fault. Then that becomes the work that like has to be done because that's our own wiring. And now we know because it's so cool that we can work with our own wiring. We can work with our brain, and that's like where all this cool stuff about like neuroplasticity comes in. It's like literally you can like reshape your like brain and your thought process and your beliefs and your habits and all this stuff. But it's so cool how we then like also get to work with our body and our nervous system, and it's definitely connected to that brain. One's triggering the other, or maybe they're not triggering each other. Maybe one's like just poking at the other. But you get to work with your body, and now you're like, okay, I get that my body's having this natural pull. Brain, please remind body, humans are highly social creatures, and my body naturally wants to pull this towards this person, perhaps because they are familiar. I help my body like go against its natural reaction to, and I am allowed to do this. This is good for you because I know by nature humans are just highly social creatures and I'm highly likely to like be drawn to this interaction because of my wiring. Like you are not to blame. You're okay. But if you don't get that, oh my gosh, then you're like on this whole other route of like personal development work that you just don't even need to be doing. So I hope that this is just a little friendly reminder to make sure that you're like filing this fun fact in your brain the right way for future reference.